Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is JBoy1878, and tonight we're going to be talking about Harry and Meghan. Yes, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, or as some people like to call them, the Duke and Duchess of Big Noses, and not the good kind. Anyway, well, we all heard about the big car crash last night, or the chase in New York City, where they feared for their lives and they were trembling, they feared and he was trembling with fear of his mum, invoking sympathy for what happened to the late great Princess Diana, the people's princess, and especially of my generation here in the UK. We absolutely adored the princess, and when at first we were all like, people were like, "Oh, this is not good," but now, a day later, we're beginning to hear stories that could it be fabricated? Could it be part of a massive push for their Netflix? Because Prince Harry was seen with his phone and filming. Well, they have got to make that money somehow. They made this big choice to leave the United Kingdom, leave the royal family, to get away from being public figures as members of the royal family. They went to Canada for privacy. Then they moved to Hollywood. Hollywood, for God's sake, of that's the most private place on the planet. Yeah, and then they've been jetting around the world, lecturing us all about environmental issues, but they want privacy. Well, you don't get privacy. They are public figures, and you know, obviously they shouldn't be hounded, but they have made the choice. I mean, she was a second rate actress in Suits. She wasn't one of the main characters. That was Red, main female character. Anyway, let's get on with tonight. And let's have a little look. First of all, we're going to look at a story coming out of the New York Post, and I'm just going to present it to you. Right. So this is from the New York Post, and it's from the American TV show The Voice. The View. So here we go. The View. Co-host blasted Prince Harry and Meghan Markle for misleading the public with claim that they were embroiled in a near catastrophic 2-hour car chase in New York City on Tuesday night. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex released a statement on Wednesday morning saying that they were hounded by a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi, and they left the Women of Vision Awards in Manhattan, resulting in a relentless pursuit with multiple collisions. Whoopi Goldberg, there's many different ways to take this program from the United States. The View in America, it's classed as very lefty, wokey, like TV program with some, But when even The View take a dart at you, and you're the so-called darlings of the left, it's a bit worrying for your publicity and your marketing techniques, isn't it? Well, that's in my opinion. Whoopi Goldberg hit out to the Sussex spokesperson during a segment on Thursday's edition of The View, saying the word chase implied that the alleged caper took place at high speed. When you use this kind of verbiage, your credibility will get cut in half, because New Yorkers will say, no, nobody moves that fast, she stated. I think people know it was impossible to have a car chase in New York. We'd all make it to the theatre on time. Goldberg added as the audience laughed. Meanwhile, co-host saw it, the couple for their similarly shaded royal couple for their statement, bluntly declaring the terms they used were misleading. In addition to chase that they mean catastrophic was not to them, it was potentially catastrophic to the paparazzi. So I think you 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 word it in a way it does feed the trolls, feed the Alicia Farah Griffin Green statement. Well, they need all the PR they can get, don't they? Because they've got to make that money off the Netflix deal, the so-called podcast. Well, here, so-called podcast. Listen to that. In my opinion, it's the worst. Apart from, no, I can't any cast anywhere. I'm trying to be interesting. This city combination of states, the biggest city around New York, and she has as many paparazzi following her. The co-host declared, Joy Behar refrain from criticising and make statements them all the time. The View criticism comes after Piers Morgan, Meghan Markle, Caitlyn Jenner also ridiculed the statement about the car. The New York Police Department released a statement regarding the couple's claims, saying they assisted in private security team protecting the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. When no cruises that made their transport challenging, a police official said the Duke and Duchess of Sussex arrived at their destination and there were no reported claims of collisions, summons, injuries, or arrests. Markle and Harry were with hit Duchess's mum at the Women Vision event in Midtown Manhattan on Tuesday night. Asked, how is the woman? What the goddamn was she? Vision of what? Someone needs to explain to me because I I don't see what she's ever done. Vision to lead women to wherever women want to go. Really? Like I said before, she was all right. I loved that program, and I thought she was a good actress. And like many people in Britain, United Kingdom, if you actually look back when she first had the British psyche of being dating Prince Harry, the wedding, hundreds of thousands of people streeted to celebrate Prince Harry's wedding to Meghan Markle. Then they made it, all respect, have royal duties for the royal family. And fair enough. But all we've seen since is getting attention. Like I said, they moved to Canada. Then they moved to Hollywood, and apparently it was all for privacy and the Britain as a country and our so-called press. They moved to America for safety. Well, after this happened in New York, are they any safer in America than they would have been here? Yes. When they were here, they had royal protection. Now they don't have that. They have to pay for their own. Not as as the men and women who were paid for by the Met and the British police force. I don't know. They have a choice. to leave the United Kingdom. And then we're just going to move on to my next story tonight. It's on the same subject, but a royal paradox. Harry and Meghan seek both privacy and publicity. The their pursuit by paparazzi in New York shows that neither leaving Britain nor having police escort shields them from unwanted attention. But it's that it is a paradox because, like, when you become famous and part of your role is being photographed, being seen in public, surely that's part and parcel of that level of fame that you are going to get photographed in public. You're going to get harassed by the public. You're going to people saying, "Hello, can I have a photo?" And professional photographers and news reporters make their living by chasing down stories, getting a photograph of you, the latest in that dress that just, to be honest, just looked like some gold tinfoil. When Prince Harry and his wife Meghan decamped Britain for the United States in 2020, well, they actually moved to Canada first, didn't they? He portrayed it as an act of survival against the relentlessly intrusive British press. On Tuesday, after a chaotic encounter with photographers in New York City, Harry found that the media glare can be just as intense in his new adopted home. With details continuing to filter out about what exactly happened to Harry and Meghan and her mother as photographers pursued them in Midtown Manhattan, the episode underscored a basic paradox in the lives of celebrity couple. They plead for privacy but also seek publicity. With a Netflix documentary, a tell-all memoir by Harry, public appearances that will inevitably draw cameras, the frenzy in New York is a reminder that grievances that Harry has held for decades against the British press, which remains the primary market for paparazzi shots of him and Meghan. In 1997, his mother, the Princess Diana, died in a car crash in Paris while fleeing photographers. Harry has blamed them for all that time for her death and expressed fears that history would repeat itself with his wife and family. But the episode also illustrates the dilemma for Harry. Even the involvement of the New York Police Department did not spare his family being swarmed by paparazzi, but pursued them even after they took refuge in the police station. The role of the police in the instance is drawing attention in London because Harry has filed a legal challenge against British Home Office after it rejected his request for the Metropolitan Police to provide protection for him and his family when they visit Britain. And I know in this one he said he's going to pay for it, but you know that's not the point. If he's got a couple of officers following him and his family when he's over here, even if he's paying for it, is that means them officers are being taken away from other duties, whatever it is, and possibly other members of the royal family or crime or whatever on the streets of London. And I think London has enough problem of its own without adding it to with these two Pinocchios. The example of what happened in New York suggests that the kind of police protection Harry wants in London is not going to be enough to protect him and his family, said Ed Owens, an historian who has studied relations between the monarchy and the media. He's not engaging with reality. In California, where they now live, Harry and Meghan employ private security guards who are licensed to carry guns, but they are not allowed to travel with armed guards in Britain, which is one of the reasons Harry has asked for police protection and has offered to pay for it himself. Lawyers for the Home Office argued in court that police officers should not be hired out to paying to customers. Well, exactly. They made the choice. They left the royal family. They stopped being working royals, so they're not entitled to have British police officers, armed British police officers, protecting them. They're not. They're not official members, working royals anymore. That was their choice, and you can't walk around Britain with with guns. So you don't like it, stay away. I mean, you were here for 24 hours last week for your father's coronation. You made your choice. Go and live in America if America wants you, because there is a lot of stuff going on about like what is it? The Did Harry lie on his application for his credentials to get into his visa to get into the United States? Did he did he disclose his drug taking in the past? I don't know. No one will tell the public in America. That's up to the Americans to decide. That's up to them. Harry has described the loss of his security detail as one of the most worrisome consequences of his bitter split from his family and his withdrawal from royal duties. Well, he would have known that when he made the choice, for God's sake. It was all over the press. So someone must have told him that, if you move away from royal duties, then the British press, the British security services are not going to follow him around the United States. In his memoir Spare, he wrote that from childhood he had never travelled without three armed bodyguards. During negotiations with palace officials over his new status, Harry said he had begged for the bodyguards to be left in place even if he lost all other royal perks. I offered to defray the cost of security out of my own pocket, he wrote. I wasn't sure how I'd do that, but I'd find a way. Well, didn't Prince Harry get a hefty sum from Princess Diana's? The burden of paying for round-the-clock shush, says people who know the couple, is one of the reasons Harry and Meghan have struck lucrative publishing and programming deals with Netflix and Penguin Random House. In a statement on Wednesday, the couple's spokeswoman suggested that the threat posed by the photographers was as much to pedestrians, other motorists, and police officers as to the couple or their mother. It described a near catastrophic car chase at the hands of a ring of aggressive paparazzi. That is more dramatic than the account given by New York police, as well as the taxi driver who picked up the couple and, and their mother. I think he was more scared about being in a taxi cab, to be honest. Let's be perfectly honest. He's probably never really been in one, because he described he's always had royal protection. He gets flown around the world in Elton John's private plane. The driver, Mr. Singh, that he would not characterize it as a chase, and added that he was not afraid, though his passengers clearly were. A spokesman acknowledged that the photographers posed a challenge, but said the three arrived at their destination on the Upper East Side without reported collisions, injuries, or arrests. The New York Police Department declined to comment on security deployment for high-profile visitors to the city, but an official with knowledge of the process said that the police do their own independent research analysis of such visits before deciding whether to provide additional security. News coverage of the encounter, which was extravagant on both sides of the Atlantic, pointed out that the discrepancies in the accounts of the episode, but on this occasion, New York tabloids made more of it than their London counterparts, which ran front page photos of the couple, but not judgmental headlines. New York Post front page banner said Duke and Duchess of Hazard, while the Daily News said scary echoes of Diana. Okay, well, everyone can draw their own conclusions. There are photographs, there are certain things appearing all over the internet. Where's me bloody mouse gone, eh? And just on this for now. Now, seeing people asking all day about why the royal family haven't commented, or has there been any contact between the royal family and Meghan and Harry? I don't think they've made it too easy for themselves, with the family themselves. And in my opinion, why would the royal family go cons- contact them? They made they made the king give the king a hard time, haven't they? Why the royal family won't comment on Harry and Meghan's car crash? The royal family will not be issuing a statement on Prince Harry and Meghan car crash claims, according to a new report. A source told Entertainment Tonight that neither Buckingham Palace nor Kensington Palace will be commenting on the Duke and Duchess of allegation of a car chase. Since Harry and Meghan have stepped back from royal duties, the palace generally does not comment on their activities, the source told the outlet. The Post has reached out to Kensington Palace for comments. A source told Page Six that no one from the royal family, neither King Charles III or Queen Camilla, nor Prince William or Kate Middleton, Princess Kate, thank you very much, has checked in on the Duke and Duchess after the incident. Harry Meghan report involved in a near catastrophic 2-hour. I mean, I've been to New York once in my life, and from what I remember, I got in a taxi, and it was like a snail's pace. And it was like eight or nine at night, and then early in the morning, and it didn't go very fast. Now, just at this point, I'd like to say, if there is anyone out there watching me, and I don't know how to read these analytic things, like and share. Do me a favor, help me. Harry and Meghan reportedly involved in this car crash. Got me doubts, but they were returning from a Woman of the Vision Awards at the Super Ballroom, where Meghan was honoured by Gloria Steinem for her advocacy, along with Meghan's mum. It started off with 12 paparazzi, then ended up with 4. Anyway, well, how is everyone? Is there anyone out there? So if there is, just like and share, comment, and I will respond to comments or any help anyone else wants to give me in the description or comment. My email address is in the description section. So you want to get in touch, get in touch. What does the golden foil dress or even the the gold stuff that goes bit inlay? I'm going to stop sharing that now. Get it off my screen. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm going to check something. Okay. So, what do people think, eh? Is it made up? Was it a big publicity stunt? I really don't know. I'm not saying it was, not saying it isn't. I don't trust either of them. What can't she make money go back into acting? You know, I'm sure there's some role out there for it, some director who wants the publicity of hiring a former royal. Let's have a look first. In fact, I'm going to end it there, which is the longest time I've done so far. If there is anyone, please comment, like and subscribe, help me grow. I'm going to say good night, sleep tight, or have a good day wherever you are around the world. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.